go to college, get a job, buy a house, and retire at the age of 65. Sound familiar to you? Yeah, I know. It's the same song, right? But the truth of the matter is, that's because we were sold that script, man. We were sold that script a long time ago. I want to speak about where I believe the problem lies in that old-fashioned, predetermined, way of thinking that society has instilled upon us. Let's talk about where the problem really lies and how they sold us a script. See, the problem is the rules have changed. We're in a different day and age now. The rules have changed, but yet the script hasn't. The script is still the same. This is still the way to be successful according to society's eyes. You got to get out there and walk that stage. You got to graduate college and go into $100,000 in student loan debt and get out there and work a 9-to-5 job for an employer to make another company or another a person rich and successful, financially free. For starters, let's talk about college. College costs 10 times more than it once was, man. College is extremely expensive, whether it be a public college, a private college, a historical college. Just in the past 2 decades alone, tuition and fees have just about doubled in cost due to inflation and various other factors. The cost continues to go up, for these college tuitions and these fees. And that's not even getting into the cost of, room and board and books and et cetera, things of that nature. Don't be looking to attend a college that's that in a state that you don't live in, man. The cost for out-of-state tuition is it's through the roof, man. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. But the cost of the books as well. When you're attending college, they make it a necessity. You have to have these specific books to complete these courses, and every year they come out with a new version of the book, and that's a whole nother topic in itself. But the overall issue is that college costs continue to skyrocket, man. It is extremely expensive to walk that stage. I believe it's somewhere near like 50 million people that struggle with financial debt now as a result of attending college. Like some people spend their lifetimes never being able to climb out of that debt that they've established by trying to be successful in life. I just recently put out a video just a few days ago, actually, on my Life of a Gig Worker episode series. I believe it's episode 5 or 6 there. And it's in regards to, is college a scam? Is college a scam? And, it was many reasons why I made that video. One main reason being I kind of always felt that way. And, from my experience, I am not a college graduate. I did attend some college. I had a rough upbringing. I spent a lot of my, teenage years and my young adult years inside prison. But once I came home and transitioned into the real world as a law-abiding citizen, as a taxpayer citizen, as a father, all the above, I decided to, look to further my education and hopes to better my life as it once was as much as I can. And during my stint at college, I just took on a local community college here. And I was really intrigued. I was really inspired to learn, and I wanted to do the best I can. So I will put forth 150% effort into all my courses, man, to be as successful as I can be. So I would be like the first one there, sitting in the front of the class. I was always taking up the teacher on any extra credit assignments or any extra lectures I can get in, personal time, one-on-one time, anything that I can get in. I will be visiting the resource centers, getting help from other peers and individuals, staff members, such like that as well. And, another thing that I would do, which was kind of mind-blowing to me and opened my eyes to a lot of things. This new day and age that we in, we got these phones here, we got computers, and the knowledge is at our fingertips. Everything we want or need to know is literally a push of a button away. And it's a great deal of value in that. And with my college experience, technology had helped me out a lot. It's a gift and a curse, obviously, because I've seen others use technology in a not so good way, or just kind of cutting corners and getting over by using the internet to answer questions and things of that nature. But that wasn't the case for me. So for me, I would attend my course, I would attend my lecture, whatever it is I got going on, right? And then I would go home, get prepared to do my homework or whatever I had to do. And I would get online. I would get right on YouTube, University of YouTube. You gotta love it, right? And it's like I would sit home and learn the same courses, the same lectures, the same information that I was being taught in this college class on my own time at home for free. I mean, literally, like out the textbook, down to the textbook. And it was a great deal of benefit to that. It really paid off. It really was an eye-opener to me. Like, why did I have to come here in front of this teacher who I had to pay? I'm in debt now to be in this class. You know, I couldn't afford the tuition, so I had to depend on student loans and things. So, you know, I'm in debt to be here. You know, I'm in debt to purchase the books to be here as well, when I could sit at right home and learn this stuff myself. You know, it was like, but it is what it is. That's another topic for another discussion, another day, I believe. I guess it's just something that was always mind-boggling to me. But here's another thing that I spoke about in that video as well. If you go ahead and check it out, matter of fact, I'll post it right here, the link for you guys or something like that. But another thing I discussed in that video is how, you know, these adolescents, these teenagers, these young adults, you know, a lot of them are not, like, you know, are making these decisions alone. Everyone doesn't have their parents guiding them or things of that nature. So a lot of these children, young adults, whatever, are making these permanent decisions, you know, without the ability to even completely make rational decisions. I spoke upon, you know, the prefrontal cortex, that part of the brain that doesn't fully develop until we're around roughly 25 years old. And there's a dilemma with that, because, you know, people are making these, you know, lifelong decisions as if I'm going to follow this career for the rest of my life. For the next 20, 30 years, I'm going to be working in this field, when you know, their brain is still developing. They don't even know if that's what they want to do. They don't even know if this is who they are yet. You know, so there's definitely a dilemma when it comes to that. So they're making these decisions. A lot of people are not even following through with the, you know, with the career choice as well. A lot of people are going into debt for the rest of their lives, or a good significant amount of their life, as a result of attending college. And you graduate college and then you go get a job. So here's the problem with the workforce. Here's the problem with these jobs and employers. Statistically, wages and rates have grown. They have increased over time. But where the problem lies is that they're not growing. Those wages are not growing at a fast enough pace to accommodate the rising cost of inflation and the cost of living. And that there is another dilemma in itself. Let's say, for example, over the past 2 decades, or I don't know the specific numbers or anything like that, but it's not hard to find out. You know, we can see in these grocery stores. I'm actually in a grocery store parking lot right now, getting ready to head in a second. But, you know, let's just say, for an instance, over the past decade or two, inflation rates have gone up 3-4%. So if the inflation rates have gone up 3-4%, right, the wages have only gone up 1 or 2%. You know what that means? That means that, and yes, you are making more money, but you actually can afford less. You can afford less services, less goods, and things of that nature, because the rise in your wages are just not keeping up with the cost of living and the rise of inflation. So there's a big dilemma there as well. Then they say, buy your house. Buy your house. Yeah, well, we just talked about all these other factors where makes it hard enough to get in a position to be able to buy a house. How are we going to buy a house when we're dealing with, you know, student loan debt and things of that nature? You know, how much of society is dealing with bad credit? If 50 million, you know, Americans, or whatever the case may be, if 50 million, however many amount of people are suffering from student loan debt, you know, how many are in a position to be able to afford a home? You know, like, seriously. But on top of that, the cost of homes, man. The cost of homes has nearly doubled. Man. You know, in the last 2 decades, the median cost for a home has just about doubled, man. Has just about doubled. So, you know, that once $150 home, $150,000 home now costs, you know, probably sitting somewhere near $300,000. You know, which is great from an investor standpoint, but just from a middle class working, you know, household, whatever, that's extremely tough, man. That's a tough pill to swallow, to trying to keep up with along the other things. So, You know, it's just tough times that we in. We really have been sold a script. And in all reality, what they should have been telling us from day one, what they never will, because it's all a money game if you ask me, but what they should have been telling us is to invest into yourself, learn entrepreneurship, learn about investing, learn about stocks, learn about crypto, learn about all of these other things, learn a skill, invest in yourself, start a business up, start an LLC, isn't it ironic that they don't teach anything related to business or financial literacy in that matter in school? I mean, obviously in further education, college and things like that, but why not from the fundamentals in elementary and middle and high school? Why not when we get the fundamentals down packed in life, are they not instilling these very important values in us at an early age, and it's 2 and 2 equals 4 all day, baby, because they don't want us to have these jewels. They're scared of us to invest in ourselves, man, but that's really what it all boils down to. You have to build your own path. And as I say it all the time, man, you have to shoot for the stars. Shooting for the stars means aiming for success at a high level. I appreciate you for watching this video. If you enjoy it, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, to view more content such as this. And if you feel others out there that can relate to this content as well, go ahead and hit that share button for me. I appreciate you guys as always. Peace and blessings to you all.